You know, we all know that nicotine is not good for you. It's addictive, and it can, eventually lead to your death. Well, these little things here, these vape units here, they are doing more problems with teenagers nowadays than cigarettes because they're more addictive. Well, today on the show, we're at the Mississippi Juul Lawyer here in Bay St. Louis, Mr. Edward Gibson. How are you, sir?
Hey, good morning, Jim.
Good morning. Good to see you. This is true. I mean, we know that nicotine is not safe, whether it's for kids or adults or anything like that.
That's
right. It's one of the most addictive things in the world. But here we have these companies that are, making these vape units, and we knew it was inevitable. Juul has a lawsuit. People are filing lawsuits against Juul. I know that's one of the things that you're working with, representing people who have become, especially young people, who have become addicted to the Juuls.
That's right. This lawsuit is what you call multi-district litigation, and it's a fancy, people might know them as class actions, but not exactly, but it's against the manufacturers of Juul for the marketing of their product to teens with the hope and intention that they become addicted and become lifelong users of nicotine. Juul is in the business of delivering nicotine, which is an addictive substance. And point in fact, when they became very successful at delivering nicotine to their market, they were purchased by the tobacco industry.
Really?
Yeah, sure.
I didn't know that. I thought they were out on their own. I would think that, well, if you really think about it, it seems logical because they were competition for the tobacco industry. So why not take them over?
Sure. Well, and the tobacco industry is really in the business of delivering nicotine and delivering addiction, and they don't.
Why target teenagers, though, or I'll say teenagers? I mean, the statistic we've spoken about before: 1 in 20 middle schoolers vape, 1 in 5 high schoolers vape. I mean, they have targeted their marketing, as you mentioned, to that age group. Well, because are they more susceptible to what's the word?
That's right, Jim. They're more. Teens are more likely to become addicted to nicotine than adults. The industry won't say so, but we certainly believe that if they want to get a lifelong customer, they've got to get to them when they're teenagers. Think about all the people you know that smoke and ask them when they started smoking, and virtually all of them will say when they were teenagers.
I did.
Yeah,
I did for a little while when I my late teens. I was first started in broadcasting. Of course, we didn't have the vape units back then. That was a long time ago. Excuse me. We had cigarettes, and after a period of time, it was like, because I only smoked when I was on the air, and finally I said, I don't need this. Yeah. I don't need to do it, and I quit. And later went to smokeless tobacco, nicotine. It was addicted, and then I gave that up too. Because the older that we get, we finally realize this isn't good for us.
That's right.
And teenagers are not that way. A little bit more stubborn.
That's right. A little less risk averse.
So I mean, we know it's not a safe alternative to cigarettes, though.
It's not a safe alternative to cigarettes. They will market it as safer than cigarettes or a smoking cessation device, but it's still got nicotine in it, and that's dangerous in and of itself.
You said something there, the smoking cessation device. People thinking that they could use these to help themselves quit smoking, and it's still got nicotine in it.
It's still got nicotine in it, and they will tell you that it's a safe alternative to cigarettes, and it may be safer than cigarettes because it doesn't have all the tars and the smoke and everything that can cause so many lung problems, but it's not a safe alternative. It contains nicotine, contains other chemicals such as, they believe now that it contains benzene and nickel, things that aren't good for you, but it contains nicotine. Nicotine's addictive, and that addiction is dangerous. It rewires the human brain.
I was going to say, I was reading some of the information that you sent me, that it can slow brain development, affect memory concentration, affects concentration, mood, and increases the likelihood of other addictions.
That's true.
And for someone in school, I mean, that's not good.
Well, no, absolutely not. It's unsafe for children at any level. It's not safe for them, but yet what we believe is that they've marketed this product to children.
In the different ways that they do it, whether it's on YouTube,
right.
Facebook. Now, I watch stuff on YouTube. Matter of fact, you'll be able to go out and find this on YouTube. Matter of fact, but it's you get the ads on there.
Oh yeah,
and they pop up all the time.
Absolutely. Well, not just the ads, but they've been known to sponsor a teen user who will do a spot and get likes and demonstrate to
and then the kid goes out and buys it and everything,
That's
even though
right.
it's illegal.
That's correct. It is illegal.
So
It's illegal for a reason.
yeah, because it's addictive and it has
correct.
nicotine on it. It's bad for you. So if a teenager, we got a couple minutes left. If a teenager is addicted, or I guess an adult as well, and it's been detrimental to their health, where do you come in to help them out and dealing and be part of this lawsuit?
Well, they would file a suit here in Mississippi, either against the manufacturers of Juul directly, or perhaps against the if the store. We learned that the store sold to a teen, then that store might be liable, and that suit would be brought. Then federal courts would decide whether that case was to be litigated here in Mississippi, or whether it would be combined with cases nationwide and tried, in this case, in San Francisco, California.
And that's the one thing you mentioned. One thing, a lot of these stores think that they get away with just sneaking under the counter and selling it to the kids or whatever, whether it's the juice or whatever it is that goes in there, or into the Juul unit. But they could find out they're liable. They're just as guilty. They're just as guilty.
It certainly could be, yes.
Contributing to the delinquency of a minor.
Correct. Right. These aren't safe for kids. They're the addiction itself is an injury that affects these children, and they need to turn to their parents or their teachers. I know that's hard to confess that you've got a problem, but just like adults, they've got to turn to somebody for their help.
That's awesome. Appreciate your insight and everything.
Thanks,
if
Jeff.
you want some more information, if you fall into this category, you can call the number on your screen. They are located here on 153 Main Street in Bay St. Louis. I don't care where you are that you saw this. Give them a call and see if they can help you out.